Happy Tuesday! Time for Two Bit Tuesdays. So something interesting came up the last week or so. I actually received a phone call. Someone who is not my client yet, but they had a marketplace plan and they were recently diagnosed with a critical illness that required a very specific specialty doctor. And this specialty doctor is located in Dallas. This person lives in Austin. They called me because at the specialty doctor's place, they told this person that because they have a new diagnosis, that was a qualifying event and they could change their insurance plan. In case you haven't already guessed, that is not a qualifying event. If you get diagnosed with something and you cannot find a doctor in network, too bad, so sad, but you cannot change your plan to another plan because you received a new diagnosis. That is not a qualifying event. This person at the doctor's office should not be giving out that information because, one, they're not a licensed insurance agent, and two, they're giving the incorrect information. So it took a while to explain to this client, but they're like, but I need this certain doctor. I understand that. But the only time you can make changes outside of open enrollment, November 1st through December 15th, for the following year, is if you have a special enrollment qualifying event. But there are limitations on those. So the qualifying event might take place, but you also have to have insurance to qualify for the special event. So in the case of this client, they did have insurance. Yay, that part is met. When you have a qualifying event, you only have 60 days to make the change. What is a qualifying event? Your qualifying event is moving to a different zip code. That's a qualifying event as long as you still had coverage. 2, you get married. And again, you had to have had coverage. You get married, you can change your plan. Divorce. If you get divorced, that is also a qualifying event. And again, we only have 60 days to make the change, but you must already have insurance, whether you're losing your coverage due to divorce or you have a plan and now you want different coverage or separate from your spouse or just want different coverage. That's a qualifying event. Birth of a child, death of someone that's on your policy. All those events are qualifying events as long as you had coverage, which is why losing coverage is a qualifying event, but obviously you had to have had the coverage in order to lose it, and you only, again, have 60 days to enroll in another plan. A lot of people don't realize the time limit. And I can't tell you how many people I've spoken to that were outside of the 60 days. Oh, I hadn't had coverage in 6 months. Well, guess what? Now we have to wait till open enrollment. So in order to get a plan that covers pre-existing conditions on the marketplace, we have to, even if it's off market. Some of these plans, you can call Blue Cross and get a plan, but again, you have to have a qualifying event. It doesn't have to be on the marketplace. It can be just directly through Blue Cross, but they're not going to enroll you unless you can prove that you recently lost coverage or something has changed. So I felt really bad for this person that they were given the incorrect information. The only other option would be, I said, were you planning on moving to Dallas? Because if you move to Dallas, there's your qualifying event, and then we can switch your plan to a plan that this particular specialist takes. That was the best I could do outside of open enrollment, but even then, it's not going to be covered to January. And when you have a diagnosis that needs immediate attention, you don't want to hear you have to wait 5-6 months in order to start your treatment where insurance is going to cover it. So, until next week, peace out.